joining me. Let's talk about how to find a good trainer and about the pitfalls of trying to learn how to train your dog via social media. I made a video about finding a good trainer back in September, but in light of some of the things I've been seeing and hearing lately, I think it could do with updating. Did you know you can take a 6-week online course and at the end of it qualify as a master dog trainer? How can anyone be a master of anything in 6 weeks? And herein lies the problem with our industry. It's unregulated. There are dozens, hundreds of courses that offer to qualify you online as a dog trainer or behaviorist for just a few pounds or dollars and a couple of weeks learning by rote, no hands-on required. But those who do seek to regulate the dog training industry wish to do so in such a way that certain methods and tools of the trade that experienced, competent, reputable trainers use would be banned. So how can you, as a potential client, work around this hot mess and find a great real-world trainer? I'll give you some pointers. I recently responded to a fellow trainer's Facebook video about the problems our industry is facing with the following comment. Too many so-called trainers have never had a good ass-whooping in a competition, on the training field, or in a working environment, and it shows. People need to stop aspiring to mediocrity and start aspiring to being well-rounded practitioners of their art. And I stand by this comment. I see training dogs as a vocation. We are there to work for the highest good of the dog and its owner and give them nothing less than our very best. And we cannot do that from a place of ego and greed. If your potential trainer's resume or About Us website page consists of little more than a vague reference to an indeterminate academic course, online or otherwise, and having owned dogs for 10 years, 20 years, my whole life, not yet it isn't, then you are not looking at a well-rounded resume. So, ask questions. Have you competed in sports? If so, have you titled dogs? If you haven't competed in sports, what's your hands-on experience? What discipline have you worked in? Who have you been mentored by? Who are you currently being mentored by or collaborating with? What are the different types of drive? How do you stop a single behavior now? What experience do you have with the specific issue or discipline I have contacted you about? For example, someone recently posted on a social media group I'm in looking for gun dog trainer recommendations. Almost immediately, someone with no experience in that area at all piped up, I can do that, PM me. That person is posting either from a place of ego or a place of greed, or both. Either way, that's not the kind of person you want training you and your dog. So, go back to the start and ask, what's your hands-on experience in that discipline? And demand proof. And don't feel guilty or uncomfortable about doing so. In addition to the questions that will help you ascertain your potential trainer's true level of experience, it's also useful to know some of the red flags so that you know what to avoid. 1. They cannot provide any video, photos, articles, or other proof of their work and experience. 2. They have no proper website, pricing structure, policies, guidelines, and, if needed, contract. 3. They have no verifiable testimonials or referees. 4. They cannot provide details or proof of mentors, internships, work experience, or apprenticeships they have served, or clubs they have been a part of, whether paid or voluntary, e.g. at animal shelters. They talk a lot, often about themselves, and usually while charging a very large sum of money, but rarely do any hands-on dog training with you. They diagnose, but they do not fix, usually because they cannot. 6. They talk about fixing issues in terms of management and redirection only, rather than solution, and in timescales of weeks and months, rather than a handful of sessions and lots of practice in between. Prepare to have your bank balance seriously depleted. A good trainer should be a good listener and a good problem solver. If the trainer comes to you with a checklist of commands and behaviours and a cookie-cutter approach to teaching them, walk away. Training your dog is no less about changing the relationship you have with them than it is about teaching a reliable recall and stay. A good trainer will take the time to offer a comprehensive behavioural consultation and will provide a tailor-made, holistic training plan for you and your dog. Finally, in addition to all of the above, be very careful what you post on social media. Armchair experts abound, parroting something they've seen or read somewhere else without any real personal experience or knowledge of it. Example: I love cars and motorbikes. I own a car. I've owned many, in fact. I used to own a motorbike, but that doesn't qualify me to give advice about them beyond the very little I know, and it would be irresponsible to do so. So I stay in my lane. If someone's giving you training advice on social media, ask them what their experience is and ask for proof of it, and don't be shy about doing so. Someone who has genuine experience and knowledge won't balk at the question. Someone who is responding through ego will become defensive. In terms of answers to the questions I listed previously, do feel free to drop me a private message and I will happily guide you. Posting the answers here would defeat the object of posting this video in the first place, as I'm sure you understand. In addition, if you are looking for training services and I don't cover your geographical area, rest assured that I will willingly refer you out to one of the other excellent trainers in my personal network whose experience and knowledge I can vouch for. This video will no doubt have ruffled some feathers, and as I said before, for that I make no apology. Those who know me know that dog training is my greatest passion, my biggest love, and my vocation. As corny as it may sound, dogs and dog training changed my life. So when I see its integrity and its future threatened by those who treat it merely as an ego-boosting, money-making scheme, I refuse to stand silent. Thanks for watching, folks, and enjoy your training.